All right, we back at it again today. Got the 2015 Nissan Altima. I know it's a little old school, but not everybody can, get a brand new car. But for what it is, it's pretty nice. I like the car. It looks good. I mean, there's nothing really to say. Check out the trunk space. Oh shit! Look at Greg. Greg hiding in the back seat. Hiding in the trunk, bro.
What's up? I was hiding in the trunk.
You good, man? Anybody else? You got some females in there? No?
I mean, we could fit another person. That's how big this trunk is.
All right, so it got one body trunk space, so that's good. If you look inside here, I mean, you got plenty of trunk room to put, like, for sure. I would say like maybe three or four luggages.
You can put a line. I think, I'm not entirely sure. Possibly we can go ahead and find out if these seats fold. They do.
So they fold down?
They do fold down. You just need the key to unlock it.
All right.
Then they fold down. It's the same with my car. Just a safety feature.
All right, so this is the Altima S.
2.5S.
So got like the little spoiler for the looks. Rear end looks good. How you feel about it, bro?
I like it. For a sedan, it does have a nice, kind of sporty look to it. Especially with that little spoiler on the back.
The rims are like body colored rims too. If you take a look at it down here, got like body colored rims right here. They're like silver or gray, kind of match the body.
I was always a Maxima fan.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. I like the Maximas a little more too, but this one's not too bad.
Exactly. Yeah, I like this Altima. The newer ones do look pretty nice, for sure.
All right, you want to take the driver's seat, bro?
Let's go ahead.
Showcase it, bro. I got the keys on me.
Go ahead and lock it.
Go right here. This is the key fob. Of course, push button start. So it has push button start, but lock it. Then unlock it like that, and voila. The doors. Looks like you got like a little bit of soft touch materials right over here. You got soft touch right here. Got some cheap plastic right here. This one's not too bad right here.
This is a plastic.
Yeah, all this is cheap, but you know what? You're gonna be resting your elbow on this anyway, so that's good. If I'm hopping in right here,
you know what I do think that car manufacturers need to work on?
What?
Is this right here. These plastics, because every single time I get out of a car, I put my foot there, it's dirty.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
But they gotta cut costs somewhere,
Why are the doors though? Why are the doors?
Hey, doors are the least important thing. But we're right here, got the steering wheel. I mean, it's a pretty standard Nissan steering wheel. You have like your volume controls and stuff like that. So just to show you how everything's working. This is gonna be a basic, screen right here. Nothing too crazy. I don't think it's touch. No, it's not like a touch screen. It's just a standard screen with information on there.
That's one of my favorite things too. That since it has the push start, you basically never have to take your keys out of your pocket. It's locked. You just press the button on the handle, you push the start, and then you go. You never have to take.
So yeah, you have like steering wheel controls right here. You got the changes the stations. So changing the stations from the steering wheel. You can change the volume up and down. So if we go ahead and start it up, push button start, of course, mandatory.
One of our favorite things.
So this is a basic car, but I like the gauges. It's like kind of a plain, like white gauges, but I like how it looks. I don't mind the tire pressure light. It's a little cold.
I like how everything is flat as well. It's kind of just.
What's that favorite word of yours?
Everything here is just flush.
Flush.
It's all flush with each other.
Flush.
It's one of my favorite things. It's what makes the car look sleek. It's what makes it look nice. Like there was actual time and effort put into making the car and designing it. Yeah, of course.
So I mean, there's the basic stuff right here. The steering wheel feels good. The steering feels really light. Like Greg said, flush. I mean, you got everything integrated in there. Now, I don't like the infotainment. Obviously, it can be upgraded in the aftermarket, and I'm sure for this year they had better options available. But this is like a mid-level model, I think.
Yeah, this is, so you have your 2.5, which is obviously the base model. You have your 2.5S, which is in the middle, and I believe you have your 2.5 SV, and I believe that's the highest model up. And then of course there are certain packages you can get with every with most models. They're optional. For some of them they're not optional, but most of them they are.
All right. Something I forgot to mention right here, if you press this button, if I can show you, you got the information center. So it's going to give you average miles per gallon. Right now, for this car, it's at 30.4 miles per gallon. I think that's mostly highway driving, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
In the next screen, it's got your radio information right there. And then this one is telling, you know, check the tire pressure, because the tire pressure is a little low on this car.
And the fuel tank, you can hold up to like around 18 gallons, and you're getting typically 31 miles to the gallon. If you're driving city, you'll get 486.
Yep.
If you're driving highway, you'll
this,
get...
be a free adaptive cruise control, so you can control that from there too. So I mean, it has a pretty standard setup, but it's pretty good. It's a comfortable car. I'm in the seats right now.
It does look
it's pretty comfortable. This one does have power seats, so if you look right here, it does have power adjustable seats. The seats are pretty comfortable. If you take a look at my headroom, I'm short, but I mean, I'm good with headroom. Anyone taller might have a problem. Just based on how I sit in here versus, like, say, my car, my head is a little close to the ceiling. If you kind of look at Greg, you can see how he's fitting back here too.
Straight.
Yep. So
it does fit. For a base model family sedan, it is pretty nice.
How you think the back seats are gonna be?
Let's go find out.
So I'm gonna leave it in my driving position just to give you like an accurate depiction of what it would be like. Don't mind the trash in the back. So again, I'm only 5'7". I got good leg room right here. So I mean, pretty good leg room. You know what? You got like soft touch right here where you just put your elbows right here. Usually that's not on the passenger seat. They have it with this one.
Yeah, it's running all the way down.
Yep. Well. And actually, you know what's crazy? It feels like I have more headroom back here. Maybe it's the same.
Maybe it's around the same, but still, typically for the back seats, you don't have that much headroom. And then this car feels really spacious.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a lot of space. You got this cup holder right here, so like you can put like your Coronas and stuff like that. There's Spanish dude, he like that.
Your Budweisers. All that good stuff in the back.
Yeah, now it is cloth seats, which I always had a car with leather seats, but I mean these are comfortable. You're not gonna have heated seats or anything like that, but I mean you have a lot of space. You can fit like a small third person here. This middle like drive shaft right here doesn't raise up too high, so you could actually put someone who's like decently sized in the middle.
Yeah, I remember a certain amount of cars that we were reviewing. This actually came up pretty high, so whoever sat in the middle, they kind of had their knees hitting their face. You know what I mean? But yeah, this car is pretty spacious.
Yeah, you know what? I feel it could have been done better if they had like their own like independent climate control for the rear passengers. Yeah. But I mean, this is kind of like a mid-level car. Or
if they had like a charging port, possibly.
Yeah, like an extra charging port. I mean, how many charging ports on this car? I think they're...
And then you also have your USB.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, you see the top. There is no sunroof on this model. No big deal. Right here you have your trip reset and light illumination, dash illumination. Yeah, traction control button, trunk release button, and then right here, if I go ahead and start it again, here's your shifter right here. I mean, you have basic stuff. You can put in, I don't know if this has like a sport mode or anything. I don't think it does. But if I put it in reverse, you have the camera that pops up right here. But no trajectory line, so as I'm turning the wheel, it's not turning with it. But I mean, it's a basic setup. You can still get the guidelines, green, yellow, red, to see how close you are to it. I mean, that's most of what people need anyway. And it doesn't look that bad. A lot of cars with the backup camera, it'll kind of look curved, and the field of view isn't as good. But on this car, it does look decent for sure. And also, this car has 6 speakers in it. Did you test out the speakers? Nah, only because we don't have our own music and copyright and stuff like that. We don't need them taking our money now. But you have you know, USB right here, auxiliary, which you can tell we're using. And you have like this regular like charging port right here. I don't think we've seen one in the center console, no.
Yeah, you got a charging port right here.
One in the center console right here.
And a decent amount of space as well. Does this have two? Yeah, this has two. So one to open that up, and then one to open this up as well.
Alright, we're about to get to my favorite part. The engine. The engine, gotta check out the engine.
You gotta see if you can open it.
If I can open it?
If you can open it.
Alright. The trunk release right here. Pop that. Alright, bro, find the spot. Oh, that was quick. Alright, what we got, brother?
You have your basic 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. It doesn't have a V6, doesn't have a turbo or anything like that because it's just one of your basic starter models when it comes down to the Altima. We're good at saving gas.
Just some of the numbers. You got 27 city, miles per gallon, 27 city, 38 highway. It is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It's good for 182 horsepower. I mean, it doesn't say pound-feet of torque, but that's not like a big deal. So I mean, it's not the most powerful thing in the world, but it is a pretty peppy engine. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take it for a test drive and see how everything's doing. So let's go around. You want to drive? Or you want me to drive?
I think you can drive. All right. I think you're liking me a little bit.
All right, we about to go for a little test drive with the 2015 Nissan Altima
2.5S.
S is for sport.
It's the sport edition.
As soon as I take off, I notice the steering's really light. Honestly, I'm used to a performance car, so every car steering is light to me. But
Yeah.
I like a light steering in like luxurious cars, luxury cars.
Light steering
cars
is also one of my favorites. I love light steering. When you can just turn the wheel with your pinky, it's one of the easiest things you can have in a car.
Yeah, especially a car that's meant to be comfortable, you know.
This car's quiet. It's pretty quiet as well. It's not loud at all.
It's average. I would say it's not that quiet. I can hear the engine. I mean, it's average.
Yeah.
Average, like, you know, everyday car. But I do like how the steering is really light. I'm gonna go over some bumps,
Yeah.
crappy roads.
Let's see how the suspension feels.
But yeah, like we were saying about the interior is comfortable, but I'm comfortable in the seat. When I sat in here, I mean, it's not like leather seats or anything like that, but it does have comfortable seating. It's a nice place to be. I'm not like, you know, the center console's nice and soft. I don't have any complaints about it. The steering's nice and light.
And in my car, the driver and the passenger, we're always bumping into each other on the armrests because there's not enough space in the middle. But this car does have a decent amount of space. As we were saying before, there's definitely enough room for both Ari and I to put both of our arms on the armrest. So as I said, for like a family car, for like a family sedan, it'll get the job done. It'll definitely get the job done.
So we're not driving on anything with too many crazy bumps. But so far, what do you think about the suspension? I think it's cushioned pretty well.
So far I feel like it is riding pretty smooth. I mean, it could be smoother, but then again, there's no really way of actually telling how good the suspension is, considering we haven't hit that many bumps. But the small bumps that we do have, like your normal manholes or whatever the pothole may be, it's taking them pretty lightly.
Yeah, I mean, I like how comfortable this is. Now, mind you, I do drive like a performance-oriented car, so of course the suspension is going to be stiffer, the steering is going to be heavier, so it's not really something like you should should be comparing it to, obviously. But I mean, it is a family sedan. Nissan Altima competes with like Chevy Malibu, Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and Hyundai Sonata, stuff like that. So it's not meant to be like sporty or anything like that. But I mean, you need a car that has a lot of get up and go to. So we're gonna go ahead and test that out as well. This sounds like a CVT in this car.
It actually shifts pretty low.
So it sounds kind of sloppy. Like it's like droning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check and I'm gonna put in the I'm gonna put a description on it, but I think it has a CVT transmission. All you automotive enthusiast guys don't like it. I don't like CVTs either. It is supposed to be fuel efficient, but I'm not a huge fan of like the engine drone that it gives you. I can actually look at the RPMs to kind of tell if it's a CVT or not.
So, do you think for a family car like this, do you think it would be better for them to have that CVT transmission, considering it most likely will save them gas?
Yeah, I'm like 99% positive CVT.
Do you think they should keep that, or like?
Honestly, the gas mileage between like a CVT and like a 6 or 8 speed or sometimes 9 speed is not like the biggest difference. So, but like some people don't care. They're just driving it like mellow, like how we're doing it right now. So it doesn't really matter that much to those people. But for people who like to like hear the gears change and feel it, like me, I like feeling my gear changes and actually hearing it do it. I'm not a huge fan of like CVTs because of that, because it feels rubbery. There's like no feeling to it. But I mean, it's good for someone who doesn't give a damn about no cars.
It's good for someone who just just want to get from point A to point B. They want to get there smooth without any problems, and this car will be able to do it. And while not breaking the bank at the same time, because this car isn't super duper expensive, and plus it's not wasting a lot of gas.
So we've been hitting like a few bumps like on this road right here. It cushions it well. The brakes are good. I mean, I had to stop short a few times because people don't know how to drive. Trust me, y'all, it's not me. But yeah,
that sporty car. So
we went over a few bumps. I mean, it's comfortable. I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable car I've ever driven. I mean, I'm not comparing to luxury cars or anything like that, but like I would say like some of Chevy's options are a lot more comfortable than like say this one. They're known for having like comfortable riding cars anyway. What else? I mean, it's a family sedan. It's supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be able to handle like potholes and all that good stuff for the terrible infrastructure we have.
For starter model, I don't remember how much this goes for. Let me check. I can't remember off the top of my head. 22. So it's starting at 22,560. For this specific model, not bad. Would you consider it as a family sedan?
My bad, I'm not paying attention. I don't think this has parking sensor. I think it's just a click of camera that does it. Would I consider it? It's comfortable, but
I think it's probably, for me personally, I think it's too plain.
Too plain?
Too plain on the
interior. It is a little plain. I was never a fan of like these interiors. So yeah, I'm gonna nitpick on one thing, and it's the piano black finish. They're nice looking when they're clean, but when they're not clean, I mean, they leave fingerprints everywhere. It's dusty. You could just look at this one. This one was clean not too long ago, man. I mean, look at it.
After daily use, it got dirty super quick. Especially these shiny black ones. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just me nitpicking on the quality of the interior, but it is a little on the plain side. But like I said, for someone who doesn't care about cars or anything like that, I mean, this is perfectly fine. It is a comfortable car. The interior is a little on the plain side, as you can see. There's nothing like special about it, really.
I feel like this would get scratched up really easily. This plastic here would get scratched really easily. Like, you can see it just with my fingernail, just going like this. you can see the scratches and like they stay there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, the interior is not too bad. I mean, you got soft touch here, you got soft touch here. Oh no, hell no, this is hard as hell.
Yeah, I did not know. I did not know that this was soft touch.
But like, this is soft touch right here. You can tell how they changed it, like right here with this little lip. Like this is, I mean, it feels cheap, but it's like kind of soft. And then you got like the really cheap plastic up here.
Yeah, you can even hear it.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Basic.
Yeah. So not terrible.
But so far, I mean,
it drives good. For me personally, I think it's comfortable. I think the seats are comfortable. It drives well. It cushions the bumps pretty well. I have no complaints about it. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't buy it because the interior is a little on the plain side. But other than that, it's not a bad car. I mean, I'd choose this over like a Camry or something. Because Camry's boring.
yeah. I mean, it depends. It really depends, because when it comes to other sedans, other family sedans, there's so many different models. There's so many different packages you can get. But if you're looking for something on the cheaper side, when it comes to daily use, when it comes to buying it straight out,
Get a Sonata.
probably that. Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not bad.
the
But the only
worst.
thing that kills it for this car, I mean, what'd you say the base price was again for?
22,000.
22. Did you happen to compare it to any other cars, like compare it to a Camry and Accord? Can you look it up real quick?
course, yeah.
Compare it to a Camry and Accord.
Yeah.
Because if it's not significantly cheaper or less expensive than a Camry or Accord, then it would kill it for me, because those two cars are known to be much more reliable than this one. You may know if you follow anything about automotive news, Nissans don't have the best reliability, especially comparing to, like, you know, the neighbors, Toyota, Honda. So that's what would kill it for this car for me personally.
And with the Toyota Camry, if you were to get a used 2015 Toyota Camry, your base model, which is the LE model, that's starting at like 14,800. A used 2015, so the same year as this Nissan. But if you were to jump up to like the V6 XLE, that's 20,400. So it's still less than this 2015 Nissan, and this isn't even the highest model you can purchase. It's still in the middle between the base model and the best model, while the best model in the Toyota is less. When it gets to, you said Hyundai Sonata, correct?
Honda Accord.
Honda Accord, my favorite.
The LED lights on the new one tonight.
Yeah. So a used 2015 Honda Accord, with the base model, you'll get 15,700. That's used.
Okay.
Obviously, the prices will vary.
So how much is this one used? The Altima?
Used as an Altima?
Yeah. So the Camry and the Accord are around like 15 grand. All right, fair enough for 2015. I wonder how much the Altima is at that same cost. Actually, you could check on the Sonata too, because like nowadays Hyundais are a little more reliable than Nissans too. So I mean that could be a deciding factor on whether to get this car or not.
Let me see if I can find a used price. You also want to look up a Hyundai Sonata, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just popping up. I'll go to Kelly Blue Book.
Yeah, that's what I would do too.
Kelly Blue Book is one of my favorites. I use Kelly Blue Book on a daily, all the time. So the price range for a used 2015 Nissan Altima, 14,000 for obviously the base model, and then 17,000 for the best one you can get, which is the SV. I'm saying this would probably be like this one 16,000 around there, considering it's the model right in between. If we were to check a Hyundai Sonata, so we're basically just comparing this family sedan with a bunch of other family sedans.
So I mean, it undercuts the Camry and Accord by a little bit, not by too much, but I mean it is a little bit better in terms of like. I wonder how much it would cost compared to like say a used 2015 Hyundai Sonata, because Hyundais are usually like they undercut by like a few thousand, like average.
A Hyundai Sonata used base model, 14,000 around there, and then obviously you jump up to your best model, which would be around 19,000. So 14,000 and 19,000 for the Hyundai Sonata. But I will admit the Hyundai Sonata does look a little better than a Nissan Altima.
You think so?
I think so. I personally like it a little more.
I mean, exterior wise, it looks better. I can't speak on the interior yet. I mean, we're gonna review one of those eventually. But interior wise, they're probably close. I would say the Sonata is probably a little better than the Nissan. Exterior, I never really liked the exterior of the Altimas anyway. They look a little beluga whale-ish. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, I
like,
mean,
it's not bad, but I mean, it doesn't look like. If you're looking for an attractive family sedan, this isn't it. This isn't the one. I mean, attractive family sedan, that's more like the Fusion. The Fusion's
the Ford
attractive.
Fusion is, because that's giving you a gorgeous, sleek, sporty look.
Comparing 2015, the Fusion's like an attractive one. The Sonata's alright. I mean, a lot of people don't like it. I think it's alright. It's whatever.
The Honda Accord is typical.
The Accord is attractive one. Honestly, Toyotas have always been, they're super reliable, but they've always been like kind of boring with the exterior looks. I mean, the 2015's alright, but it's not that great.
They're pretty basic.
Oh, you know what we're forgetting? The most stylish one, the most sporty, the Mazda 6. I mean, the Mazda 6, if you're looking for like a sporty family sedan that looks good, I mean, the Mazda 6 is definitely like the best one to go with if you care about looks. This car isn't about looks, really. It's about
reliability.
Yeah. Even though it's not the best at the reliability aspect. I mean, it does what it needs to for that. But I mean, it's not too bad.
All right here. So we were looking at a used 2015 Mazda 6. Your prices range from 14,000 to 18,000. So all of the used family sedans, they're all kind of right there in the exact same price range. What really comes down to it when choosing that family sedan, prices, obviously, gas prices mainly, because if the car can get better mileage, since you're using it on a daily, you most likely would want to go with that one. So I think this is one of the better ones, because the Hyundai Sonata had 29 roughly.
Yeah,
miles.
the Sonata's never been like that great with miles per gallon compared to its competitors. But they, you know, like Hyundai, there's just like, it's more for like the price, the value of what you get, the amount of car you get for the money. That's what Hyundai's good at. So I mean, they're good at that. But of course, like, you know, the fit and finish is not always the best thing. The quality is not always top notch. But I would say, like, comparing, like, if I had to compare this directly with a 2015 Sonata, the quality is close. I would probably give the quality a little more towards the Sonata, maybe.
But we can't determine that yet. So
yeah, I mean, we just did a walk around. Like, when we do an actual review of a Sonata, then maybe we could, you know, compare in that note. But I mean, what do you like about it, bro?
About
the
Nissan, the Altima. To be honest with you, even though it doesn't have one of the best looks, I do kind of like the exterior. I mean, my favorite would most likely still be the Maxima, but the exterior on this car really isn't that bad, to me at least. So if I was picking, that's why it really comes down to your personal decision, because if you like how the car looks, then you'd obviously go with that one. But overall, as I said, I like the smoothness, the comfortability, the suspension on it is nice for me, considering my car. Since my car is older, my car is pretty rough when it comes to potholes.
I would say your car is a little more comfortable than this one, though.
No, when it comes to the potholes and the bumps.
I mean, no car is comfortable with freaking potholes unless you get like an old school like Lincoln town car that like is like a freaking cushion. But no, my favorite part of it would probably be the seats. I mean, that seems dumb, but the seats are comfortable.
I mean, the seats, they play a huge role. They play a huge role because you're literally sitting in it all the time. Yeah. Whenever you're driving your car, you're always.
The only bad part about it is when you're looking at it, you're always seeing this, and this isn't great. Exactly. It's all right. It's basic. It's good for like your everyday person, but for me, it's not. It wouldn't be good enough for me.
I want something.
I might have high standards or something, but
I want something that I kind of. That really makes
breaks down.
I want something that like I'd actually like seeing every single day, where if I just stop for a second, sit back and take a look at my dash, at my instrument cluster, at my radio, everything, I want to actually like my car.
If you go into the store and you don't look back at your car, you got the wrong car.
That's so true.
That's the rule. Unless you don't care about cars, then like forget that.
I look at my car every time. Every single time I park it, wherever I'm at, I'll look back.
Just to make sure no one's stealing it.
Well, no one would want to see no one would want to steal my car.
Oh, so you're saying it's a piece of crap?
Kind of.
POS. Oh, you just snitched on yourself. You heard it from Greg. He got a POS. He gotta look back, make sure no. Oh no, you can't even look back, make sure nobody's taking it because nobody wants it.
Well,
and so if you don't care about cars and you care about security, get a car that nobody wants.
It's true.
Get a Hyundai.
Exactly. Or just get a car that does not look attractive.
Get a Mitsubishi, a Suzuki. When was the last time you seen a Suzuki?
To be honest with you, the only Suzukis I see, they're like those two-door little box cars.
Yeah, those little short.
Yeah, and like freaking, they have like the soft tops.
It's kind of like a wannabe Wrangler or something.
Yeah, like that, but they're super small.
The Suzuki, what do they call it? Suzuki Ninja or something like that.
I haven't seen them in.
Let us know which one we talk about. You know which one we're talking about. It's a little short Suzuki that could go off road, short wheelbase. It's cool and everything. Actually, like I ain't even seen one of those in a while either. I haven't
seen a Suzuki in a really long time. I see these everywhere. I see the Maximas everywhere. To be honest with you, the Maxima, they don't really look that different. I know the Maxima.
See, I feel like the Maxima has more like lines and edges.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it has more of a mean look.
Yeah,
to
it has more of an aggressive look, and the Altima's more rounded off, and it's more like gentle, like a dolphin or a whale.
Exactly, a beluga whale.
Beluga whale,
for example. But
not to get on Nissan, but I mean, we got to do like a brand new like 2018 Altima. Those look a lot better. But a lot of times with Nissan's cars, they kind of look alike. They look too close to each other. Obviously, you want that family resemblance, but sometimes they look too close to each other.
There's a Hyundai Sonata right over there. But
just start driving that one.
For a family car, if you're looking for family cars, and as I said, you don't want to break the bank, this would definitely be something to think about. In my book, at least. If I was looking for a family car, I would most likely probably think about the better model of this Nissan Altima, considering I'm seeing the interior of this and I don't really like it as much. But if you check out the better model, the SV, and you like how that interior looks, then I'd recommend it.
All right, there we go. That's the verdict. I mean, if you're looking at a Nissan Altima, or you have a 2015 Nissan Altima, drop a comment, tell us what you like about it, what you hate about it, if you would buy it again, any of that stuff. And you know, you can only get this luxurious and legendary content on Next Gen. So
it's the way to go.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell. If you're on YouTube, if you're on any of the other ones, do the same stuff because they think they do the same stuff. That's right, we don't only do YouTube, we do Daily Motion and Matter Cafe. So if you don't like Google or something like that, then you have other options.
We're everywhere.
Check out the Facebook, Instagram, the Twitter, all of it. And follow. Make sure you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, then, you know, it hurt Greg's feelings. He'll cry.
Yeah, I'll cry a lot. Like, he'll probably shove me back in the trunk after this.
Yeah, it's time for you to go back in the trunk.
But,
no, that's it. No more time.
If you don't
shove him in the trunk.
If you